Good morning, students. So this video is for mathematics students of class 10. I'm taking the chapter Some Applications of Trigonometry, and in this chapter I'm going to solve exercise 9.1 of NCERT textbook, that is CBSE syllabus. Okay. So let us see, before we begin, let us clear some important concept. Suppose this is the ground level. Okay. If this is the ground level, there is a man standing here. If there is a man standing here, this is the ground level. That means he's standing on the ground and a man is standing here. This is the angle of sight, which is from his eyes. What you go straight line is the angle of line of sight, you call it. Okay, angle of sight or line of sight. Now, if the man is looking upwards, he looks upwards, then this angle which is formed here, a man who is looking upwards, if this angle which is formed with the angle line of sight, this angle is called the angle of elevation. Okay, this concept you need to be very clear with so that you will understand what is angle of elevation. Again, one more concept is there. This is the ground level, man standing. This is the line of sight, and he looks at something which is down on the ground. This angle is called the angle of depression. So you can remember that if D means depression, E means elevation, upwards. Okay, angle of depression and angle of elevation. These two concepts are used. Okay, this is the basic thing you should know, concept you should know. What do you mean by angle of elevation and what do you mean by angle of depression? Now, let's come to the exercise. Exercise 9.1. The first question from the CBSE textbook is a circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope, which is tightly stretched and tied up from the top of a vertical pole to the ground. Find the height of the pole. If the angle made by the pole with the ground level is 30 degrees as shown in the figure. So the figure is already given, so that's why. So the solution is the figure is. So this is the ground level. This is the pole. This is the rope which is tied tightly to the ground. Okay, and it is stretched. The angle here is 30 degrees. The length of the pole is 20 meters. I have to find what is the height of this pole. Okay. Now, when you want to find the height, in the previous chapters we have learned 6 trigonometric ratios: sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec, cot. So, among these 6 ratios, which ratio we should use? To decide that, you see the angle is here. So, with respect to this angle, our ratio must contain the side which we want to find and the side which we value which we know. The side which we want to find and the side value which we know. So, with respect to this angle, this is the opposite side and this is the hypotenuse. So, opposite upon hypotenuse. So, if you see here, in this question, AC is a rope which is 20 meters long. AB is the pole of height h. This is the pole of height h. So, angle made by the rope with the ground is 30 degrees. The angle formed is above the ground level, so it is the angle of elevation. See, this is the first question I'm answering. That's why I'm writing all this in details. After that, you don't have to write that this is the angle of elevation, this is the angle of depression. That's understood. Okay. But because I'm solving the first question, I expect you to understand it. That's why I am explaining the whole thing. So now, to select the ratio must contain the side you want to find, that is AB, and the side which you know, that is AC. So that means our ratio must contain AB and AC. So AB upon AC. What is the AB is opposite and AC is the hypotenuse. AB upon AC is nothing but sine and the angle is here C. So sine of angle C is AB upon AC. So sine is here the angle is 30 degrees. So right sine 30 degrees is equal to AB is H and hypotenuse is 20. So H by 20. What is sine 30? 1 by 2. So is equal to H upon 20. Cross it becomes 20 upon 2. That is H is equal to 10 meters. So the height of the pole is 10 meters. Yeah. So it is just use the ratio. I mean, before that, this is important. Which ratio to select? Once you have decided the ratio, then you should know the trigonometric values of those ratios. Okay. Now let us go to the second question. So H means height. So height of the pole is 10 meters. Question 2. A tree breaks down due to storm and the broken part bends so that the top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degrees with it. The distance between the foot of the tree to the point where the top touches the ground is 8 meters. Find the height of the tree. Okay, now see this. This is the tree. AD is a tree. This is a complete long tree, high, long, tall tree. Due to storm, the tray breaks from this point. It breaks from this point, and this part, this AD part, falls on the ground. So that means if AD part is falling on the ground, that means this length and this length must be equal because the same thing comes and touches the ground. And the angle which it makes with the ground is 30 degrees. And this point, the tip of this tree, which is touching the ground, is 8 meters away from the foot of the tree. Okay. Now you have to find the total height of the tree. So when you find the total height of the tree, you must know this and you must also know this because HAB plus AD is the total height of the tree. Okay, because this is only the broken part and this part is still standing, vertical stand. So you need to find this height also and this also. So here let us see now. In this question, DB is a tree before it broke. Okay. A is a point from where it broke and the broken part DA fell to the ground, touching the ground at point C. Angle made by the broken part with the ground is 30 degrees. Now to select the ratio must contain the side you want to find, that is AB, and the side which you know, that is BC. So we need AB upon BC. AB upon BC is opposite. AB is opposite. BC is adjacent. Opposite and adjacent is a tan of the angle. Okay. So we need to take the tan of this. So it is tan 30 is equal to opposite is H, adjacent is 8. H upon 8. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equal to H upon 8. Take 8 this side, it becomes 8 upon root 3. H is equal to 8 upon root 3. Clear? So I found the length of AB. Now to continue with the question. This is the figure again. Height of the tree is H plus AC. Height of the tree is H plus AC. So you have to find AC also. Now to find AC, we use cos, this adjacent upon hypotenuse. Adjacent upon hypotenuse. That is 8 upon AC. Cos of 30 degrees is 8 upon AC. Cos 30 is root 3 upon 2. So this will be 8 into 2 upon root 3. That is AC is 16 upon root 3. So AC is 16 upon root 3. So height of the tree is h plus AC. What is the value of h we have got? 8 upon root 3. And AC is 16 upon root 3. Denominator is both root 3. So LCM will be root 3. So it will be equal to, add the numerators. 16 plus 8 is 24, 24 upon root 3. Okay. So that is you can write 24 as 8 into 3. 8 is a 24. So, and upon root 3. 3 can be written as 8 into root 3. So 1 root 3 cancels and you get 8 root 3. 8 root 3 is the height of the tree. Am I clear? So 8 root 3, height of the tree is 8 root 3. If you want, you can put the value of root 3 as 1.73 and multiply into 8. You will get the height in meters. Okay. Am I clear? So this was finding. So here we had to find two things. So once we used sine, the other time we used the tan ratio, cos ratio, and we got the total height of the tree. Clear? The height of the tree. So this height of the tree is from B to D. BD is height, not AB, nor AC. AC is broken part. Now, question 3. A contractor plans to install 2 slides for the children to play in a park. For the children below the age of 5 years, he prefers to have a slide whose top is at a height of 1.5 meters and is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to the ground. Whereas for elder children, he wants to have a steep slide at a height of 3 meters and inclined at an angle of 60 degrees to the ground. What should be the length of the slide in each case? Okay. Now, children below 5 years. When you say children below 5 years, what is it? He wants to have a height of 1.5 meters and angle 30 degrees. So it will be like this. 1.5 height is 1.5 meters and angle is 30 degrees. Okay. You have to find the length of the slide. This is the slide. That is x. So opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite upon hypotenuse is what? Sine. Sine is 1.5 upon x. What sine 30? 1 by 2 is equal to 1.5 into x. X is equal to 1.5 into 2. That is x is 3 meters. So this slope should be 3 meters. And it is making 30 degrees angle with the horizontal. This is for children below 5 years. Now, so length of the slide for children below 5 years is 3 meters. Now for elder children. Again, the figure will look like this. Height is 3 meters. Angle is 60 degrees. So this is the length of the slope. That is the length of the slide. So now again opposite upon hypotenuse. Again sine 60 is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse 3 upon y. So sine 60 is root 3 upon 2 is equal to 3 upon y. So it becomes y is equal to 3 into 2 upon root 3. That is 6 upon root 3, or 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. 1 root 3 cancels. Okay. So it will be 2 root 3. So height of this, so slope, length of the slide for bigger elder children will be 2 root 3. Okay. That is the height. So length of the slide for elder children is 2 root 3 meters. That is 2 into 1.73. 1.73 is the value of root 3. So it is 3.46. 3.5 meters should be the length of the slide. Okay. This is for elder children, 3.5 meters. And for younger children, is only 3 meters. That is this slope length, and this slope length. Question 4. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower. The angle of elevation, that means a person is looking upwards, top of the tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower. Let us see how the figure looks. This is the tower, 30 meters away from the tower. He looks at the top of the tower. The angle made is 30 degrees. To find the height of the tower. If this is the angle, this is the opposite, this is the adjacent, OA. So it is sine of 30 is O upon A, H upon 30. Sine 30 is 1 upon root 3. So it is 30 upon root 3 is the height of the tower. So you can simplify this. Root 3 can be read, 10 into 3 is 30, and 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. So if you cut this, you are left with 10 root 3. So height of the tower is 10 root 3 meters. Okay. Next, fifth question. A kite is flying at a height of 60 meters above the ground. 60 meters above the ground. The string attached to the kite is temporarily tied to a point on the ground. The inclination of the string with the ground is 60 degrees. Find the length of the string. Find the length of the string, assuming that there is no slack in the string. Slack means the thread is stretched. It is not bent and sloping as there's no curvature. It is stretched straight. The thread is straight. That is no slack. Solution. So this is 60 degrees. There is a kite here. It is at a height of 60 meters above the ground. Okay. And this is the rope. Or this is a thread which is just tied to the rope. Kite. Okay. So we want to find the inclination, find the length of the string. To find the length of the string, that means you have to find L. Okay. And this is O and this is H. O upon H. What is it? Sine of 60 is O upon H. That is O is 60 and L is upon L. Sine 60 is root 3 upon 2 equal to 60 upon L. Cross it. 60 into 2 upon root 3. So 2 into 3 2s are 6. Or 2 2 22s are 40. 43s are 120. Okay. So this 2 is written as it is. 60 I have written in as 23s are 60. Okay. And this 3 I'm going to write it as root 3 into root 3. So this is 22 of 40, and this I'm writing as root 3 into root 3. And 1 root 3 cancels, and you are left with L is equal to 40 root 3. Okay, so length of the string is 40 root 3. Clear? Fifth question. Sixth. A 1.5 meter tall boy is standing at some distance from a 30-meter tall building. 30 meters. Make a note of this. The boy's height is 1.5 meters. The angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of the building increases from 30 degrees to 60 degrees as he walks towards the building. Find the distance he walked towards the building. Okay. That means standing in one position, he looks at the top of the top of the building, which is 30 meters, and he measures the angle as 60 degrees. Then he walks towards the tower, and again he looks at the tower, and he measures the next angle as 60 degrees. So find the distance he walked towards it, how much close he went to the tower. Now let us see. This is how it will be. Now, this is the height of the body, okay, which is 1.5 meters. And this is a line of sight. The tower is from here to here. It's a full tower. Now, the total building is 30 meters. This building is 30 meters. But from here to here, it is 1.5. So if this is 1 point, angle is 30 degrees. Okay. From here, he comes, from here he walks up to this point, and from here he again measures the angle. He measures the angle to be 60 degrees. Yeah. He was here, he measured the angle as 30 degrees, and then he walked in towards the foot of that building. From here, again he looked at the building, again he found the angle as 60 degrees. You have to find the total height of the building is 30 meters. But from here to here, it is 1.5. Let this be x. Suppose he has walked a distance of x meters towards the building. And this is the distance from this point to the building. So this should be 28.5. How did you get? This is 1.5. So 30 minus 1.5 is 28.5. So this is only 28.5. Now let us calculate tan 60. Tan 60 is opposite upon hypotenuse. So opposite upon adjacent. So 28.5 upon y. What is tan 60? Root 3. Root 3 is equal to 28.5 upon y. Y is equal to 28.5 upon root 3. So this distance is 28.5 upon root 3. Okay. Next. Tan 30. Let us take this one. Tan 30 is 28.5. And here this length is full length. X plus y. That's why you have taken y plus x. And what is tan 30? It is 1 upon root 3. 1 upon root 3 is equal to 28.5 upon y plus x. Cross multiply, y plus x is equal to 28.5 root 3. But y value I have already calculated. So let's put that value there. 28.5 upon root 3 plus x is equal to this. Let's take it this side. X is equal to 28.5 root 3 minus 28.5 upon root 3. Taking LCM of this, that means this should be multiplied with root 3. So you will get 28.5 root 3 into root 3 minus 28.5. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. So it is 28.5 into 3 minus 28.5. When you multiply this, you will get 85.5 minus 28.5. 85.5 minus 28.5 is 57 upon root 3. 57 upon root 3. This could be written as 19 3s are 57. 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. 1 root 3 gets cancelled. So 19 root 3. So he walked 19 root 3 meters towards the building. That is the distance he walked towards the building. Yeah? Distance he walked towards the building is 19 root 3 meters. If you want, of course, this is the answer which is given in the backside of the NCERT. In case if you want, you can multiply 1.73 with 19 and you'll get the length in meters without any root value. This is the sixth question. Seventh question. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the bottom and the top of a transmission tower fixed on the top of a 20-meter high building are 45 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. Find the height of the tower. Okay, there is a building. On top of the building, there is a tower, and a man is looking at the building, top of the building and top of the tower. Okay, that is, top of the building is nothing but the bottom of the building, tower. Okay, so let's see how it is. This drawing. This is the ground level. This is the building. Okay. On top of this building, there is a, which is building is 20 meters high. On that, there is a tower. Okay. So remember, there is a building up to here that is 20 meters, and on top of the building there is a tower. A man is standing here. He looks at the bottom of the transmission tower and he measures this angle as 45 degrees. From the same point, he looks at the top of the tower and this angle he measures at 60 degrees. Okay. Now you have to find the height of the tower. So that means you have to find this edge. This, you have to find this. Okay. Now, let us take the bottom triangle first. This is 20. This is the opposite and this is the adjacent. So tan 45. Opposite upon adjacent, that is 20 upon x. Tan 45 is 1. 1 is equal to 20 upon x. X is equal to 20 meters. That means this is also 20 meters. Okay. Now, take tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to this 60 when you take the full angle, then the opposite is this full 20 plus h. So opposite is 20 plus h upon x. What is tan 60? Root 3. Root 3 is equal to 20 plus h upon x. And x root 3, take x this side, x root 3 is equal to 20 plus h. X root 3 is 20 plus h. But x is equal to 20, which you have calculated. Let's put it here. 20 root 3 is equal to 20 plus h. Take h, 20 this side. Thus, h is equal to 20 root 3 minus 20. Take common 20 root 3 minus 1. 20 bracket root 3 minus 1 meters. This is the height of the tower. So height of the tower is 20 bracket root 3 minus 1 meters. Yeah. 8th question. A statue 1.6 meters tall stands on the top of a pedestal. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the statue is 60 degrees. And from the same point, the angle of elevation of the top of the pedestal is 45 degrees. Find the height of the pedestal. Pedestal is something which is below. If you see, have seen statues, there is a structure down, and on top of the structure there is a statue. So the bottom part is the pedestal. Okay. So this is the ground level. This is the pedestal. On this, there is a statue. Okay. Statue 1.6 meters tall. Height of the statue. This is the height of the building. Pedestal. On this, there is a statue which is 1.6 meters. Okay. From here, he looks at the top of the pedestal. And this angle is 45 degrees. Top of the pedestal is 45 degrees. From the same point, it looks at the top of the statue. So here, that is top of the statue. Top of the statue. This angle is 60 degrees. Let us take this bottom as x. Now, tan 60. So first let us take the bottom 45 smaller triangle. Tan 45 is equal to O upon h, that is h upon x. Tan 45 is 1. 1 is equal to h upon x. X is equal to h. H and x, that means this length and this length both are equal. Now, tan 60. Tan 60 is h plus 1.6. This full is the tan opposite upon, so 1.6 plus h upon x is tan 60. Tan 60 is root 3. 1.6 plus h upon x. So, x root 3 is equal to 1.6 plus h. Now, see, we want to find the height of the pedestal. Find the height of the pedestal. Height of the pedestal is h. So, I am interested in h, not in x. So, what I will do, I will replace x with h because x and h are equal. So, I will make it h root 3 is equal to 1.6 plus h. Now take h this side, it becomes 1.6 equal to h root 3 minus h. Take out h common, root 3 minus 1. Bring 1 root 3 minus 1 below 1.6. So h is equal to 1.6 upon root 3 minus 1. Let's rationalizing this. So h will be 1.6 root 3 minus 1 into root 3 plus 1 into root 3 plus 1. Rationalizing means writing the two terms with the opposite sign. Whatever you are writing in the denominator, write it in the numerator also. So it becomes 1.6 into root 3 minus plus 1. This a minus b, a plus b. A square minus b square. That means root 3 square minus 1 square. Okay. So root 3 square is 3 and 1 square is 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So you cut this, it becomes 0.8 into root 3 plus 1. Okay. So height of the pedestal is 0.8 root 3 plus 1 meters. This is the height of the pedestal. So this much from here to here, this height, which is a pedestal, is only 0.8 into root 3 plus 1. And the statue is 1.6 meters. Okay. The angle of elevation of the top of a building from the foot of a tower is 30 degrees. Top of the building from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building is 60 degrees. Find that if the tower is 50 meters, find the height of the building. Okay. Solution. This is the ground level. This is the tower. And this is tower is 50 meters. So this is the tower which is 50 meters. And there is a building here which is from here. See, the first is the angle of elevation of the top of the building. This is the top of the building from the foot of the tower. This is the foot of the tower. This is the foot of the building. So from the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the building is 30 degrees. And next is the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building. That means he's going to come here, stand under this, and look at the top. Now he finds this angle to be 60 degrees. Okay. This is the height of the building. So let us name it as h. Let this be x. Okay. Tan 30 h upon x. That is 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon x. X is equal to h root 3. X is equal to h root 3. So we got the value of x as h root 3. Now let us take tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to 50 upon x. 50 upon x. Tan 60 is what? Root 3 is equal to 50 upon x. Take x this side. X root 3 is equal to 50. But what is x? X is equal to h root 3. So put h root 3 into root 3 is equal to 50. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. 3h is equal to 50. So h is equal to 50 upon 3, that is 16.67 meters. So the height of the building is 16.67 meters. So height of the building is 16.67 meters. Yeah. 10th question. Two poles of equal heights are standing opposite each other at on either side of the road. Two poles are there. On either side of the road they are there, which is 80 meters wide. Find the point between them on the road. The angle of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 degrees and 30 degrees respectively. Find the height of the pole and the distance of the pole from the point from the poles. This is in the road, 80 meters. There is a pole here. There is another pole at this pole. And there is another pole. CD is the second pole. So both these poles are of the same height. Okay? Two poles of equal height. Both the poles are of, let this be a point P from where the angle you are looking at the top of the pole. We look from top of this pole A, the angle made is 60 degrees. From here, if you look at the top of this pole CD, you get the angle as 30 degrees. Okay, the whole road is 80 meters long. So if you take x here, this side it should be 80 minus x. Now, let this be pole be x. Both these poles are of equal height. So let us say both are h. This is also h. Okay. Now let us take tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to h upon x. What is tan 60? Root 3. Root 3 is equal to h upon x. X root 3 is h. Okay. Now, let's take tan 30. Tan 30 is equal to h upon 80 minus x. That is 1 upon root 3 into h upon 80 minus x. Cross multiply. 80 minus x is equal to h root 3. Okay. Now let us put h is equal to x. 80 minus x is equal to h is equal to x root 3 into root 3. So you get 80 minus x is equal to 3x. 3, root 3 into root 3 is 3x. So 80 is equal to 3x plus x. So 80 is equal to 4x. You get 8x is equal to 80 upon 4, 20 meters. X is 20 meters. So h must be, what is h? H is equal to x root 3, that is 20 root 3. So height of the pole is 20 root 3. So that was the first part of the question. The distance of the point from the poles. Distance of the point from the pole, distance P is 20 meters because that is the value of x, which we got. Okay. Which is, here we got x is equal to 20 meters. So BP is 20. If this is 20, this should be 80 minus 20. PC must be 80 minus 20, that is 60 meters. So distance of this point from this pole is 20 meters, and from distance from this pole is 60 meters, and the height of the pole is 20 root 3. These are the three things we wanted to calculate. Question 11. A tower stands vertically on the bank of a canal. From a point on other bank directly opposite the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. From another point 20 meters away from this point, on the line joining this point to the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 30 degrees, as shown in the figure. Find the height of the tower and the width of the canal. The TV tower stands vertically on the bank of a canal. This is a canal, DB is the canal, and the TV tower stands vertically on the bank of the canal. From a point on the other bank directly opposite the tower, that means this is a tower, the point directly opposite the tower, angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees from here. From another point 20 meters away from the line joint, so again he goes 20 meters back, and now he finds the angle of elevation of the top of the tower as 30 degrees, as shown in the figure. Because this figure is given, that's why the figure is directly drawn. Now you have to find the height of the tower and the width of the canal. Okay. BC is a canal. X, H. Tan 60 is equal to H upon X. Tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 is equal to H upon X. X root 3 is equal to H. Okay. Now, tan 30. Tan 30 is equal to H upon 20 plus X. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to H upon 20 plus X. Cross multiply. 20 plus X is equal to H root 3. What is H? H is equal to X root 3. Let's put it here. 20 plus H is equal to X root 3 into root 3. This root 3 it is. So root 3 into root 3 is 3x. So 20 is equal to 3x minus x. 20 is equal to 2x. X is equal to 20 upon 2, that is 10 meters. So this is 10 meters. H is equal to what? H is equal to x root 3, that is 10 root 3, because x you have calculated as 10, so it is 10 root 3 meters, because h is here. So what is it? Height of the tower is 10 root 3 meters. Width of the canal is only 10 meters, because he is standing on the bank of this canal, and he measures, and then he goes back again measures. So width of the canal is 10 meters, height of the tower is 10 root 3 meters. 12th question. From the top of a 7-meter high building, the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower is 60 degrees, and the angle of depression of the foot of is 45 degrees. Find the height of the tower. From the top of a 7-meter high building, that means there is a building and there is a tower. Two things are there. Okay. This is the building, and which is 7 meters high building, and this is the tower. Okay. Now you see, from the top of this building, angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. That means standing here, you're looking at the top of the tower. So this is the angle of line of sight. From here, he looks at the top and he measures this angle as 60 degrees. And angle of depression of its foot. From here itself, he looks at the foot of the tower. This angle he measures at 45 degrees. Okay. Now find the height of the tower. This is the full height. If this is 7, this should be 7, because parallel lines. And then before that, let it be h. And let this be x. Okay. So now let us take tan 45. Opposite upon adjacent. Adjacent is nothing but x. So 7 upon x. Tan 45 is 1. 1 is equal to 7 upon x. So x is equal to 7 meters. That means this is 7 meters. Distance between the building and the tower is 7 meters. Now, tan 60. Tan 60, when you take h upon x, 1 of root 3 is equal to h upon x. X root 3 is equal to h. What is x? X is 7 meters. So 7 root 3 is equal to height of the h. So now height of the tower. Height of the tower is 7 plus h. This 7 plus h. It is 7 plus 7 root 3. That is 7 bracket 1 plus root 3 meters. So height of the tower is 7 bracket 1 plus root 3 meters. Thirteenth question. As observed from the top of a 75-meter high lighthouse from the sea level, the angle of depression of two ships are 35 degrees and 45 degrees. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, find the distance between the two ships. Solution. This is the water level, okay, the sea level. Lighthouse, 75 meters high. From here, there are two ships. There is one ship here, another ship is exactly behind it, P. Now from here, he is observing the thing which is below. So it is the angle of depression. So angle or line of sight should depression here. So if this is the line of sight, this angle is angle of depression, which is 45 degrees. If this is 45, this should also be 45. Why? Because they are alternate angles. This is 45. Now he looks at this ship which is behind. Now he looks at Q. He measures this angle as 30 degrees. If this is 30, this should also be 30, alternate angles. Okay. So So depression angles can be taken to the ground also because they are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. Now let us take this as x, take this as y, and take first tan 45, 70, 45. Tan 45 is equal to 75 upon x. Tan 45 is 1. 1 is equal to 75 upon x. X is equal to 75 meters. X is 75 meters means the first ship is at a distance of 75 meters from the lighthouse. Now let's go for the second. Tan 30 is equal to 75 upon x plus y because this is the distance, not total. So tan 30 is 1 upon root 3 is equal to 75 upon x plus y. Cross it. So x plus y is equal to 75 root 3. So 75, x is 75, which I have just calculated here. Put that value, 75 plus y is equal to 75 root 3. So y is equal to 75 root 3 minus 75. Take out 75, 75 bracket root 3 minus 1. The distance between the ships, distance between the two ships is 75 root 3 minus 1. The distance of ship P from lighthouse is 75 meters. Distance of ship Q from the lighthouse is 75 root 3 meters. And distance between the ships is 75 bracket root 3 minus 1. Okay. Distance of first ship from the lighthouse. X plus y is the distance between of the second ship from the lighthouse, which is this, which is written here. And the distance between the ships is this, y. Yeah. 14th question. 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meters above from the ground. The angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl are at any instant is 60 meters. After some time, the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degrees. So, as shown in the figure, find the distance traveled by the other during the interval. See, this is the height of the girl, 1.2 meters. This is the line of sight of the girl. Okay. Now, there is one balloon here, and from this girl looks at the balloon. She measures the angle as 60 degrees. The balloon, which is floating in air, is not stationary here. It keeps moving. So after some time, it has moved to this position. Now again, she looks at the balloon and she measures this angle. This angle she measured, it has 30 degrees. Find the distance traveled by the balloon during this time. This time from here to here, how much distance it has traveled. That means I want to find this distance. Okay, so this whole height is 88.2 meters. The girl's height is 1.2 meters. So that means this distance should be 87 meters because 88.2 minus 1.2 is 87 meters. Now, let this be x and this be y, x and y. Tan 60 is 87 upon x. Root 3 is equal to 87 upon x. X is equal to 87 upon root 3. Next, tan 30 is equal to 87 upon x plus y. 1 upon root 3 is equal to 87 upon x plus y. X plus y is equal to 87 root 3. So x is 87 upon root 3. Let's put it here. 87 upon root 3 is equal to y. Plus y is equal to 87 root 3. So y is equal to 87 root 3 minus 87 upon root 3. When you take LCM, this should be multiplied with root 3. So it will be root 3 into root 3 minus 87 upon root 3. So root 3 into root 3 is 3. 3 into 87. 87 into 3 minus 87. That is 87 into 3 is 261 minus 87 upon root 3. Subtract it 174 upon root 3. Now rationalizing this, you get 174 upon root 3 into root 3 into root 3. It becomes 174 root 3 upon 3. 174, if you divide by 3, you will get 58 root 3. So y is 58. That means the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval is 58 root 3 meters. Distance traveled by the balloon during the interval is 58 root 3 meters. Yeah. A straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing on the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees, which is approaching the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Okay? Straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. This is a straight highway which is coming to the foot of the tower. So let this be the foot of the tower. Okay? This is a straight highway coming to the foot of the tower. Okay? A man standing on the top of the tower, that means a man standing here, observes a car at an angle of 30 degrees depression. Okay? So what happens? He sees a car which is here. That is a car here in this position, C1 position. This is a line of sight. He looks at the angle. Angle is 30, measures the angle. Measure angle is 30 degrees. If this is 30, this should also be 30. Okay. Then after 6 seconds, the car has shifted its position because the car is a moving car. It comes from here to next position here. Now he again sees the car. It has traveled a distance of y meters in 6 seconds. Okay. It has traveled y meters in 6 seconds. Now he measures the angle. He measures this angle as 60 degrees. That means this is 60. Let this be x and let this be h. Now let us take tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to h upon x. Root 3 is equal to h upon x. X root 3 is equal to h. Take tan 30. Tan 30 is equal to h upon x plus y. 1 upon root 3 is equal to h upon x plus y. X plus y is equal to h root 3. Now h is x root 3. Let's put it there. X plus y is equal to x root 3 into root 3. 3x is equal to x plus y. Y is equal to 3x minus x. So y is equal to 2x. Okay. Now see. So this distance, he has traveled y meters in, that is 2x meters in 6 seconds. So x is equal to y upon 2. X is equal to y upon 2. Y meters the car covered in 6 seconds. So to cover y by 2 meters, it must take 6 by 2, that is 3 seconds. So to cover this distance, because this much distance is covered in 6 seconds. And this is half of this distance is half of the distance y. So that means half the distance means the time taken should be half. That is 6 upon 2, that is 3 seconds. The car reached the foot of the tower in 3 seconds. Yeah. So if you don't understand, just go through this recording once more, you will understand it. All these questions are from the NCERT textbook and all are typical questions. Please make sure that, and the board usually asks questions from this NCERT textbooks. So be thorough with these questions. 16th question. Angle of elevation from the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meters and 9 meters from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Prove that the height of the tower is 6 meters. What do you mean by complementary? If the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, we say it is complementary. two angles. If the total of the two angles is 90 degrees, then we say it is complementary. Now see here, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower. So that means there is the angle of elevation of the top of the, this is a tower, an angle of elevation of the top of the tower at a distance of 4 meters and 9 meters from the base of the tower. So this is see the height of the tower. PQ are the 2 points. This is the angle is theta. This angle is 90 minus theta because they are complement to each other. This distance is 4 meters. This distance is 9 meters. Okay. Complement means the total of these two angles. This angle plus this angle is 90. Therefore, if this is 90, this should, so if this is theta, this should be 90 minus theta. Now let us take tan of this. Tan theta. Tan theta is equal to h upon 9. Tan theta is equal to, this is the first question, condition. Tan 30, sorry, tan 90 minus theta. This is again h upon 4. Okay. Tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. Cot theta is h upon 4. This is your second equation. Now let's multiply 1 and 2. Multiply these two equations. Tan into cot is equal to h upon 4 into h upon 9 into h upon 4. What is cot? Cot is 1 by tan. And h into h is h square. 9 fours are 36. So this 2 gets cancelled. 1 is equal to h square upon 36. Cosec h square is equal to root h square is equal to 36 and h is equal to 6 meters. So height of the tower is 6 meters. Now in addition to this all, the exercise is over here. Now I am giving some typical questions. There are additional typical questions which were asked in the board examination. So pay attention to these questions also. 17th question. The angle of elevation of a jet plane from a point A on the ground is 60 degrees. After a flight of 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. If the jet plane is flying at a constant height of 3,600 root 3 meters, find the speed of the jet plane. Okay, so these are additional questions and they are very typical and they were asked in some of the previous question papers. That's why I consider this. So make and go through these questions also very carefully. Now solution of plane is flying. Okay, plane is flying, and since it's flying, it's not stationary in one place, it's moving. So that means it's here, you measure one angle, it's again moves forward, you measure another. So this is the ground level. Man is standing here. There's a man standing here. There's an aeroplane here. Plane is here. He measures the angle of elevation. He looks at the plane and he measures, and this is the perpendicular height. Okay, this is an imaginary line. So this angle is 60 degrees. The plane is not stationary. It moves. It goes to Q position. At this position, the angle of elevation we measured it as 30 degrees. Okay. This is the distance which the aeroplane has flown in 30 seconds. So the distance between these two is, that is the height at which the plane is flying is 3,600 root 3 meters. So let this be C. And so tan 60 is equal to opposite upon adjacent. Opposite is 3,600 root 3 upon AB. Root 3 is equal to 3,600 root 3 upon AB. AB is equal to 3,600 root 3 upon root 3. Okay, root 3 cancels, it's only 3,600 meters. This distance is 3600 meters. Now take tan 30. Tan 30 is 3600 root 3 upon AC. 1 upon root 3 is equal to root 3 and 3600 root 3 upon AC. AC is equal to 3600 root 3 into root 3. AC root 3 into root 3 is 3. Therefore, AC is equal to 10,800 meters. 8C, AC is 10,800. From here to here, it is 10,800. Okay. Now, AC is equal to AB plus BC. That means it is AB plus PQ because PC and PQ are same. So that is 10,800 is equal to 3,600 plus PQ. AB you have calculated 3,600. Let us take this side and subtract. It becomes PQ is equal to 10,800 minus 3,600. PQ is 7,200 meters. PQ is 7,200 meters. Therefore, if PQ is 7,200 meters, this is the distance it has traveled in 30 seconds. So you know the speed is equal of the plane is distance upon time. Speed is equal to distance upon time. You have studied in physics. So distance is 7,200 meters and time is only 30 seconds. So speed is equal to PQ upon 30 seconds. That is 7,200 upon 30. That is equal to 240 because this is in meters and this is in seconds. It is meters per second. So plane is flying at a speed of 240 meters per second. Now, if you want to convert it into kilometers, what we do? Multiply into 60 into 60. Okay? Because 60 in 160 converts seconds to minutes. Another 60 converts it into hours. So 60 into 60 is in hours. And 240 meters is 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So you're dividing it by 1000. So 240 upon 1000 into 60 into 60. This will give you the answer in kilometers per hour. So 864 kilometers per hour is the speed of the aeroplane at which it is flying. So this is a typical question, but you see, you can, for you to understand that you can use trigonometry to find such things which you cannot physically measure it, find it very difficult to find at what speed the aeroplane is flying. So trigonometry helps you to do the thing. Clear? So this is one typical question. Now the second typical one. There is a small island in the middle of a 100 meter river, wide river, and a tall tree stands on the island. P and Q are points directly opposite each other on other two banks and in line with the tree. The angle of elevation of the top of the tree from P and Q are respectively 30 degrees and 45 30 degrees and 45 degrees. Find the height of the tree. So a small island. This is a thing. There is a PQ, middle of a river. This PQ is a river. The middle of the river, there's an island. The middle of the river, PQ is a river which is 100 meters wide. Somewhere in middle, there is a island. This is a tree there. There's a tree on the island. So let that name the tree as TR. Height of the tree is H. Angle of elevation of the tree from this point P is 30 degrees. And from the point Q, if you look at the tree again, this angle is 60 degrees, 45 degrees. And to find the height of the tree. So say this is X, so this should be 100 minus X. Take tan 45. Tan 45 is equal to H upon X. Therefore, 1 is equal to H upon X. X is equal to H. Tan 30. Tan 30 is equal to H upon 100 minus X. 1 by root 3 is equal to H upon 100 minus X. 100 minus x is equal to h root 3. Now we want to find the height of the tree. We are interested in h, not in x. So I'm going to change x now. I'll change x to h because x and h are both equal. Now I take h this side. 100 is equal to 100 root h root 3 plus h. Take h common, root 3 plus 1. So h is equal to root 100 upon root 3 plus 1. Rationalizing it. Root 3 minus 1, root 3 minus 1 you multiply. So 100 into root 3 minus 1 upon root 3 square minus 1 square. Or a plus b, a minus b. Because a plus b, a minus b is a square minus b square. So this is root 3 square minus 1 square. 100 into root 3 minus 1 upon 3 minus 1. 100 into root 3 minus 1 upon 2. 50 into root 3 minus 1. So height of root 3 value you can write as a 1.73 minus 1 is 0.73. So 50 into 0.73 is 36.5 meters. So height of the tree is 36.5 meters. Angle of elevation of a cloud from a point 60 meters above the lake is 30 degrees. The angle of depression, and the angle of reflection of the cloud in the lake is 60 degrees. Find the height of the cloud. This was a question which was asked. See, this is a reflection. That means the image goes inside the water level. And so let us see how it is. This is the water level. Okay. This is the top, lake water level. This whole is water. On the top of the water level, okay, 0.60 meters above the lake. This is a lake level, 60 meters above the lake. Okay. P is a point which is 60, PQ is a point which is 60 meters above the lake level. There's a cloud here. Okay. This is the line of sight. From here, he looks at the top of the cloud. He measures this angle as 30 degrees. And joining this, if you go there, the reflection from the bottom of the lake, it comes, and again, he measures the reflection as, this was the reflection. The reflection, he measured it as 60 degrees. Clear? So see, once more I'm explaining. This is the point above the lake, 60 meters above the lake. From here he looks at so this is the side line of sight. He looks at the cloud and he measures the angle as 30 degrees. When he looks down, he sees the reflection of this cloud, which is coming from the bottom of the lake. And when he sees that, and he measures that reflection, and he measures that angle as 60 degrees to find the height of the cloud. That means from here to here. This is 60, so this should be 60. This is h. The whole thing gets reflected. So inside the water, it is h plus 60. This full distance will be h plus 60. Clear? Now, let this be x. Tan 30 is equal to h upon x. 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon x. So in this question, actually the figure in trigonometry, entire trigonometry, the figure is most important. If your figure is right, the examiner corrects further. If he sees that figure is not correct, he doesn't see further. Your calculation may be right, but he will not see, and he will simply strike out the whole thing. So practice the figure. Figure is more important in all this, in this chapter on applications of trigonometry. Make sure that you are thorough with the figure. Now let us see. Tan 30 is equal to h upon x. 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon x. X equal to h root 3. Then take tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to h plus 60 plus 60. Okay. here. Tan is from here to here. This is a 60 degrees angle. H plus 60 plus this 60. This is the whole length. So H plus 60 plus 60. Tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 is equal to H plus 120 upon X. X root 3 is equal to H plus 120. H you put it as X could be H root 3. So it is H root 3 into root 3 is equal to H plus 120. 3H is equal to H plus 120. H plus 3H minus H is equal to 120. 2H is equal to 120. H is equal to 120 divided by 2. H is equal to 60 meters. H is 60 meters and this is also 60. So total height of the cloud. Height of the cloud above the lake is H plus 60, that is 60 plus 60, 120 meters. Height of the cloud above the lake is 120 meters. Question 20. Vertical tower stands on a horizontal plane. Vertical tower stands on a horizontal and is surmounted by a vertical flagstaff of height h. And there is a tower. On the top of the tower, there is a flag of height h. At a point on the plane, the angle of elevation of the bottom of the flagstaff and are alpha and beta, respectively. Bottom and top of the flagstaff are alpha and beta, respectively. Proves that the height of the tower is. So now there's no values given. You have to find everything in terms of tan and h or in letters only. So it is, this is the A, B. This is a tower. On the top of the tower, horizontal vertical tower, AB is a vertical tower. On the top of the vertical tower, there is a flagstaff. Height is BC is a flagstaff. AB is the tower. This is a ground level. Okay. From here, from a point, at a point on the plane, angle of elevation of the top of the flagstaff. From here, it looks at the top of the flagstaff. O is a point on the plane. He looks at the bottom of the flagstaff and he measures the angle as alpha. Looks at the top of the flagstaff, angle is beta. Okay. This is, let this tower be y meters, flagstaff h meters, and the distance between the point of observation and the foot of the tower be x meters. Tan alpha first. Tan alpha is equal to y upon x. So tan alpha is y upon x. Let this be. So x is equal to y upon tan alpha. X is equal to, take this x this side. So x is equal to y upon tan alpha. Let this be your first equation. Tan beta. Tan beta is this full angle. When you take a full angle, it is h plus y plus h upon x. So tan beta is equal to y plus h upon x. Okay. Now if you see here, whenever you are solving questions of this nature, see what is required in the expression. Here, the thing is required in terms of tan. So we have started with tan only. Okay. So see this expression and take which ratio you have to take. That will make things much simpler. So I have taken tan. Here I wanted tan beta minus tan alpha. So that's why I wrote tan alpha, tan beta, I found it. And then I'm going to subtract tan beta minus tan alpha. Subtract this. So denominator is x. So if it becomes y plus h minus y, y will cancel. And it is tan beta minus tan alpha is h upon x. X is equal to h upon tan beta minus tan alpha. Okay. X is equal to tan beta minus tan alpha. But I got x is this also. So y upon tan alpha is equal to h upon tan beta minus tan alpha. So y is equal to h tan alpha. This tan alpha goes to the right. from the h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. What is y? Y is the height of the tower. So now you need to find h. Height of the tower is h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. That was the height of the tower. When you are trying to solve questions of this nature, see what expression is given in the required answer. If the expression is in tan, go for calculation in the tan. Then you want tan beta minus tan alpha, do tan beta minus tan alpha, you'll get the answer in 2 steps. Next question. At the foot of a mountain, the angle of elevation of the summit is 45 degrees. After ascending 1000 meters towards the mountain up a slope of 330 degrees inclination, the elevation is found to be 60 degrees. This is 30 degrees, sorry, this is a mistake. Find the height of the mountain. This is the ground level. This is the summit here. Now he looks at the top of the summit. At the foot of the mountain, the angle of elevation of the summit is 45 degrees. That means this angle is 45 degrees. After ascending towards the mountain, that means it's going to climb up the mountain. That is going to climb like this. He climbs this way. How much he climbs? Up to the point P. What is the distance he has climbed? 1000 meters. From here, drop a perpendicular. So this angle which is measured is 30 degrees. From here, drop a parallel line. And this is the angle of, from here again he looks at the top. This is the angle of sight. And this is the angle of elevation of the top of the summit, which is 60 degrees. Drop a perpendicular. L. Now, this should be equal to this. And this should be equal to this. Clear? Because this is parallel to this. So these two opposite sides must be equal. Distance between parallel sides are equal. And this is parallel to this. Therefore, and this is parallel to this. Therefore, this two should be equal. And this is parallel to this. Therefore, these two are equal. And these two are parallel. Therefore, these two are equal. Now let us take tan 30. Tan 30 is equal to PL upon, sorry, sin 30 is equal to PL upon 1000. Sin 30 is 1 by 2 equal to PL upon 1000. So PL is equal to 1000 upon 2, that is 500 meters. So PL is 500 meters, that means mg is also 500 meters. Because these two are equal, therefore we have found PL. PL is 500, so mg is also 500. Now go for SG. SG is equal to SM plus mg. So that means SM is equal to SG minus 500. SM is equal to SG minus 500. So now take tan 30, the cos 30. Cos 30 is equal to FL upon 1000. Cos 30 is equal to FL upon 1000. So cos 30 is root 3 upon 2 is equal to FL upon 1000. FL is equal to 1000 root 3 upon 2. FL is equal to 500 root 3. Okay. FL is 500 root 3. Now, what is FL? FL is equal to, so FG is equal to FL plus LG. FG is equal to FL plus LG. If you see this figure, FG is equal to FL plus LG. So LG is equal to FG minus FL. And FL is what? 500 root 3. So put it here. So FG LG is equal to FG minus 500 root 3. LG is also equal to PM. Okay, so we have got PL, so I got SM and I got PM. SM and PM. So now we go for tan 60. Tan 60 is what? SM upon PM. SM upon PM. SM is SM only, but PM can be is also equal to LG. So let us write tan root 3 is equal to SM upon PM. What is PM? PM is here. So let us write PM root 3 is equal to SM, and PM is Fg minus 500 root 3. Fg minus 500 root 3 into root 3 is equal to Sm is equal to Sg minus F 500. Open the bracket. Tan 45. Tan 45 is equal to Sg upon Fg. 1 is equal to Fg. Sg upon Fg. Fg is equal to Sg. These two are equal. So Fg and Sg both are equal. So let me put this. What I want to calculate Sm. So what I put Sg minus 500 root 3 into root 3 is equal to Sg minus 500 in the bracket. Continue with the question. Sg minus 500 root 3 minus into root 3 is equal to Sg minus 500. Opening the bracket, you'll get Sg root 3 minus 500 root 3 into root 3 minus Sg minus 500. Becomes Sg root 3 minus 500 into 3, that is Sg root 3 minus 1500 is equal to Sg minus 500. Sg minus Sg root 3 minus Sg is equal to 1500 minus 500. Sg is equal to root 3 minus 1 is equal to 1000. Sg is equal to root 1000 upon root 3 minus 1. You rationalize it, you'll get Sg is equal to 1000 root 3 plus 1 upon Sg, root 3 minus 1 into root 3 minus 1. So 1000 root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 minus square minus 1. Sg is equal to root 1000 into root 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1. That is 2. That is 500 into root 3 plus 1. Sg is equal to 500. Root 3 value is 1.73 plus 1. 500 into 2.73, that is 1365 meters. Sg is equal to 1365 upon 1000, that is 1.365 meters. So height of the mountain is 1.365 kilometers. That is the height of the mountain. Okay. So this is another way of finding the height of the mountain. First question. Round balloon of radius r subtends an angle alpha with the eye of the observer, while the angle of elevation of its center is beta. Prove that the height of the center of the balloon is r sine beta cosec alpha by 2. So now if you see this, he wants it in terms of sine and cosec. So let us first draw the figure. There is a round balloon. There's a round balloon. This is a round balloon. Center of the balloon is O. Okay. This is the ground level from where the observer is standing. Observer is standing. A round balloon subtends an angle alpha with the observer. So if the observer is here, makes an angle alpha. Okay. Balloon. This is a balloon. This is an observer. He looks at the both the sides. That means it subtends an angle alpha with the eye of the observer. This angle is, this is point A, this is point B, this angle is alpha. So this is the angle subtended by at the eye of the observer is alpha. Okay. A round balloon of radius r subtends an angle alpha at the eye observer. Eye observer's eye is here, and he looks at this top and this top, and the angle he measures as alpha. Okay. While the angle of elevation of the center, now he has to look. He looks at the center. Radius of the balloon is r. Now he looks at the center. This is also r. Radius of the balloon. So this is the center now. So he looks at the center. He measures this. He measures this angle as alpha. Sorry, beta. Oh, so this angle is beta. That is OPX is beta. APB is alpha. So if this is alpha, this whole angle is alpha, this should be alpha by 2. This should also be alpha by 2. Half the angle, because it divides it into two equal parts. Now drop a perpendicular from the center. Now, the figure O is the center of the balloon, P is the eye of the observer, PA and PB are tangents from P to the balloon. APB is equal to alpha. Angle OPL is beta, and angle OPA is equal to OPB is equal to alpha by 2. This is what? The figure. Now, take sine of alpha by 2. This is OB upon OP. OB upon OP. So sine alpha by 2 is OB upon OP. OB is nothing but the radius. So OB alpha, sine alpha by 2 is equal to R upon OP. Okay. OP is equal to R upon sine alpha by 2. Clear? OP is equal to R upon sine alpha by 2. That means 1 upon sine is cosec. So OP is R cosec alpha by 2. OP is equal to R cosec alpha by 2. Now let us take sine of beta. We want sine beta, so take sine beta. Sine beta is OL upon OP. OL upon OP. So OL is equal to OP sine beta. OP sine beta. OL is equal to, what is OP? OP is R cosec alpha by 2. R cosec alpha by 2 into sine beta. So height of the balloon. Height of the center of the balloon. This is the center of the balloon. This is the height OL. So height of the center of the balloon is R cosec alpha by 2 sine beta. R cosec alpha by 2 sine beta. Clear? So in all such questions where a particular degree or measurement or meters angle is not given, follow the ratio which is asked. They wanted to prove this, go by this. Make sure you practice the figure. Figure is correct, you will get the thing and see, not much difficult. Only 2 steps, you got it, you got the answer. 2 stations due south of the leaning tower, which leans towards the north at a distance of A and B from its foot. If alpha and beta are the elevations of the top of the tower from these stations, prove that its inclination theta to the horizontal is given by. Now this figure is a little difficult. See, this is the ground level. So a leaning tower. This is the tower which is leaning. It's leaning towards the north. So this is the north, this is the south. It's leaning towards the north. 2 stations due south of the leaning tower, both on the south and southern side. See, and from here, if you look at the angle here is alpha. From this another point, D, look at the top, angle is beta. Okay, this is the leaning tower. From a point C, if you look, two stations, C and D are the two stations. From here, if you look at the top of the tower, angle is alpha. You look at the from D, look at the top of the tower, angle is beta. And this is a vertical line from this top of the tower. And this is the E. And let this be this. And this angle here is theta. Yeah. Now you have to find inclination theta to the horizontal is given by. That means this cot of this angle should be given by this. Cot theta is telling. So cot of this angle. So now let that be A. This is B. This is X. For the distance of A and B. So the first one is at a distance of A. The second one is at a distance of B. And this distance be X. And let this be H. Now, we want in tan everything in cot. So let us, AB is the leaning tower. C and D are the two stations at the distance of A from the foot A of the tower. AE is equal to X, BE is H. Now, tan theta is equal to BE upon AE. That is H upon X. Tan theta is H upon X. X is equal to H cot theta. H cot theta. Okay. Now, let this be your first equation. Now, in triangle CEB, CEB, where is C? CEB. That means this angle, with the angle alpha. Tan alpha is equal to BE upon CE. CE is A plus X. So it will be tan alpha is equal to H upon A plus X. A plus X is equal to H cot alpha. So what is H cot alpha? H cot alpha is X, H, X is equal to H cot alpha. So put this here, H cot alpha. A is equal to H cot alpha is equal to H cot alpha from 1. So what happens? A is equal to H cot alpha minus H cot theta. Yeah. See here, X is equal to H cot theta. So H cot theta I put here, and this is H cot alpha. And bring this one this side. So I am getting A has H cot alpha minus H cot theta. So take out H common. A is equal to H bracket cot alpha minus cot theta. Now, H is equal to A upon cot alpha minus cot theta. H is equal to A upon cot alpha minus cot theta. Second equation. Now take tan beta, that is tan D E B, this big triangle we take. It is opposite is BE upon DE, that is B plus X. So it is tan beta is equal to H upon B plus X. B plus X equal to H cot beta. What is X? Again, X is this. Put it there. X is equal to H cot theta. So H cot beta minus H cot theta is equal to B. Take H common. B is equal to H bracket cot beta minus cot theta. H is equal to B upon cot beta minus cot theta. Let this be your third equation. This is also H. This is also H. Let's equate these two. Let's go further. H from second, H from third, equate it. Equate the two. So you will get cross it, equating the value of H. Cross it. A into cot beta minus cot theta is equal to B into cot alpha minus cot theta. Open the bracket. A cot beta minus A cot theta is equal to B cot alpha minus B cot theta. B cot theta, bring this one this side, B cot theta minus A cot theta is equal to B cot alpha minus A cot beta. Take common. So B minus A into cot theta is equal to B cot alpha minus A cot beta. Bring this one down. Cot theta is equal to B cot alpha minus A cot beta upon B minus A. This is the inclination. Clear? So this is clear now? I think you will have to go through this slide once more so that you get a clearer idea. 23rd question. A ladder rests against a wall at an angle alpha to the horizontal. Its foot is pulled away from the wall through a distance A so that it slides down a distance B down the wall, making an angle beta with the horizontal. Show that A upon B is this. So here the whole expression required is in terms of sine and cos. So we go according to this ratio only. This is the ground level. This is the wall. This is a ladder leaning against the wall, making an angle alpha with the wall. This ladder is pulled back. When pulled back, the ladder foot of the ladder is pulled back to this point. Once the ladder is pulled back, this ladder will slide and now it will not be in this position, it will come down. So the next position of the ladder will be, it has been pulled by a distance and has, now the position of the ladder will be here. And it has come down by a distance, angle here is beta. It has come down by a distance b. Okay. Because the length of the ladder is same. You just pull it back. What will happen? It will come down. So that's why the angle is changed and it is beta. And you are pulling it behind by a meters. So the thing comes down by b meters. Okay. Now, since the ratios are in curve, we see this. Let this be x. And this is h. This is the ladder length L. If that is L, this should also be L. This length also should be L because length of the ladder does not change. Now sine alpha is equal to h plus b upon a. Because L is this hypotenuse of the ladder. So sine alpha is equal to h plus b upon L. And sine beta is equal to h upon L. Sine beta minus sine alpha is R. So let us do sine beta minus sine alpha. Denominator is L. So it will be h minus b. Minus plus is minus. H cancels. And it is my h, sine beta minus sine alpha is equal to minus b upon L. Let this be your first equation. Now calculate cos alpha. Cos alpha is equal to x upon L. Cos beta is equal to a plus x upon L. Now we want cos alpha minus cos beta. So cos alpha minus cos beta is equal to x upon L minus a plus x upon L. Again LCM, it is a x minus x upon L. X cancels. Cos alpha minus cos beta is minus a upon L. That is your second equation. Now we want cos beta alpha minus cos beta, this ratio. So let us write this by this. So cos alpha minus cos beta upon sine beta minus sine alpha is equal to minus a upon L from here. And this is minus b upon L from the first equation. So this is from 1 and 2. So minus a upon L divided by minus b upon L. Division it is. So it will become into L upon b. L will cancel. Minus a upon minus b. A. Minus will also cancel A upon B. So cos alpha minus cos beta upon cos beta minus sin alpha is sin alpha beta minus sin alpha is equal to A upon B. The lower window of a house is at height of 2 meters above the ground. Let us draw it. This is a ground. This is a lower window, 2 meters above the ground. And its upper window is 4 meters vertically above the lower window. 4 meters vertically above the lower window. At certain instant, the angle of elevation of a balloon from these windows are, that means there is a balloon here, a balloon here, okay? The elevation, angle of elevation of these balloons from these windows are 60 degrees and 30 degrees. So from here, if you see, it is 60 degrees. This is the balloon height of the balloon. This is the angle of sight. This is the angle, looks at the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Here, this is the angle of sight. He looks at the balloon. Here, the angle is 30 degrees. Okay. So this is 4. This is also 4. This should be H. So this is 2. So this is 2. This is 4. This is also 4. And let this be H, Y. And let this be X. Now, this is X. That means this is X and this is also X. So we go for tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to 4 plus y upon x. Tan 60 is root 3. So 4 plus y upon x. X root 3 is equal to 4 plus y. This is the first equation. Tan 30, y upon x. 1 by root 3 is equal to y upon x. X is equal to y root 3. So x is equal to y root 3. This is the second equation. So let's put this value in this first. X is equal to y root 3. So y root 3 into y root 3 plus y 4 plus y. So putting the value of x in 1. So 3y is equal to 4 plus y. 3y minus y is equal to 4. 2y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4 by 2. That is 2 meters. Height of the balloon above the ground is y plus 4 plus 2. That is 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 8 meters. So totally height of the balloon above the ground is 8 meters. From the top of a lighthouse, the angles of depression of two ships on the opposite side of it are observed to be alpha and beta. If the height of the lighthouse be h meters and the line joining the ships passing through the foot of the lighthouse show that the distance between the ships is, which there's a sea level, there's a lighthouse, two ships on opposite sides. So one is here, one is here. So one ship is here, other ship is here. And angle of depression. So this is the point of O is the base of the lighthouse. So COC is the lighthouse. Angle of sight. He looks at the first ship. Angle he measures it as alpha. He looks at the second ship. So this is alpha. This should also be alpha. Looks at the second ship. Angle is beta. So this should also be beta. Okay. Now, this is the height of the lighthouse. This is the distance of the ship A from the lighthouse. This is the distance of ship B from the lighthouse, x and y. Show the distance between the ships. That means I have to find x plus y is equal to this. So everything is in terms of tan. So let us use tan only. Tan alpha is equal to h upon x. X is equal to h upon tan alpha. Let this be first. Then tan beta. Tan beta is equal to h upon y. H upon tan plus beta. H upon tan beta. So x plus y we want. That is your second equation. Adding 1 and 2. X plus y is equal to h upon tan alpha plus h upon tan beta. So take LCM, h into tan beta plus h into tan alpha upon tan alpha tan beta. Take out h common, get x plus y is equal to h bracket tan alpha plus upon tan alpha tan beta meters. So the distance between the ships is h tan beta minus tan alpha upon tan beta. So here, so as you've seen that in all these questions where values are not given, go by the ratios which are asked, and you'll get the answer. So thanks for watching. If you liked my way of explanation and you have understood, do share with your friends, subscribe, like like the video and hit on the like button. Thank you.